Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, aunties and uncles, kings and queens. Easy Restorations is my channel. This is Easy, this is my face. Where have I heard that before? I don't know. Aussie man? Top guy. Very funny. Oh, Mr. Quality's in. This is quality control. He controls all the quality that comes out of this shed. If it's not good, he barks. Which is fair enough. I'm not sure what he's found on the floor that's so interesting. But who cares? Today is a momentous day. Thank you to Sir Clive of Goodwinshire. Thank you, Clive. Your camera, my camera that you sent me from you, is here. The GoPro 6 Black. I think it's called that because it's actually black. Who knows? But I've read some reviews on it. It's got image stabilization. It's got a microphone. It's sort of me-proof, basically. You know, so it should be good. What I'm going to be doing is, from here on in, I will be filming from this, so we shall see what the footage is like. The proof's in the pudding, isn't it? Right, mounting. Not mounting, mounting. I'm going to be sticking this, hopefully. Let me just juggle you around a little bit. Shush! He's good, isn't he? I was going to be sort of double-sided on here, onto there, up there like so, and that should cover sort of the mainstay and the main goings on. I'm not sure how the microphone's going to do, as it is that little dot there. So I don't even know how to use the thing yet, to be fair. So on my phono here, which you are looking through at, I have downloaded the PDF file online, and I think it's 54 pages long. They're A4 pages. It's a lot of reading, but like with anything, you're probably like me, guys. You'll get a orbital sander. You'll take it out of the box. You'll throw the box and the instructions in the bottom drawer. I'll read that later, or I'll read it on the loo. No, you never do you? You just plug it in and off you go, and that's that. What's up? Parcel? Yeah. Oh, okay. Parcel from Amazon. Hey?
Amazon.
Thank you very much, darling.
You're welcome.
Thank you. See, that's what he was barking at, wasn't it? Amazon parcel. Oh, explosives. Well, it's kind of to do with explosives, but projectiles. Anyway, not explosives. I'll laminate on that a bit more in a second. That's my other love, is air guns and things. So that's good. Right, where was I before I was rudely interrupted? Yes, PDF files. I need to really digest the main points of operation, because I can turn the thing on and I can put it into 4K, which it records in 30 frames per second. It can do 60, I think, I'm not sure. Clive has put in a 256 gig memory card, which I think can do sort of 8 hours of recording, something around that sort of area, 30 frames per second. This is really exciting, isn't it? And when I go to turn it off, I press the power button and it goes blink, 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 and it disappears and turns off. And I put it down the side and it goes blink, comes alive again. So I'm like, I've tried using the hammer number 3 to shut it up, but it just won't shut up. But anyway, battery life seems to be okay. I've done a little bit of filming with it, but it's, well, on playback, I've transferred the footage from SD card. I've just USB-C'd it into my laptop, downloaded, copied and pasted the video footage of a couple of clips, and on playback it kind of stutters a little bit as if I'm recording on sort of time lapse, but it's not. It's on 4K 30 frames per second. So I did a bit of searching online for info regarding that before I downloaded the PDF file, and it says use a V30 memory card, which the 256 gig card is, which means it's basically capable of recording and playing back 4K at 30 frames per second. So technically it's all there. Technically it's not all there, so I need to do some reading, which I don't like doing. I read things on the bottom of the haze air freshener in the toilet. That's as far as I go with reading. Do I ring a bell, gentlemen? Okay, parcel. It is a laser red dot sight for my Remington Tyrant 1.77 caliber airgun, and I have a sight on there. I need to zero it in. I don't have enough space in my garden, so I will be going to my local airgun guy, which is literally like 1.5 miles away, so there's no excuses. I've had the gun for ages, but I've not really used it in anger. Not that you should use it in anger anyway, but you know what I'm saying. Plinking, that kind of thing. Okay, bike. Where are we? Ah, last you cry. Hooray! We've only been recording for 5 minutes, 59 seconds. All that stuff I did last week, or last week, a few days ago, is in the paraffin. It's been soaking because there was grease all over the place. The only thing I haven't soaked in there yet, because I haven't taken it apart, is this, but that will be soaked because, like I say, it's got grease everywhere. I will be porting today, and I watched a video earlier about the NH80, and it was quite interesting. Some American guy over there, good old US of A, over there. It's called the NH80 lead, 82 through to whatever it was. All those pins there, they better be. Anyway, I digress. And he says that if you do rebore it out, yes, the CC goes up and the power goes up, blah, blah, blah. He wasn't about that. The bike he had is a nice white one, and it's stock. And he said, but the ports on this two-stroke barrel is a 5-port barrel, which means more fuel air, which means more bang buck. So that's good. What do I know? I don't know what I'm talking about. I really do. Okay, need to crack on. Need to get some gloves on to protect my nasty, poor, rough, dermatology, nasty finger hands there. They're all split and cracked, and it's horrible, and it hurts and all the rest of it. Oh, boo-hoo. Okay, and then I'm going to get the oil seals back in to the engine housings, get the engine back together, port that barrel, and hopefully we can start to think about putting things back together. There is one more thing that I need to do before I can start really putting things back together, and that is the forks. All I've done really is taken it off the bike, as you can see. I'd completely and utterly forgotten about it. So, having tripped over it yesterday, I thought, oh, sugar. But there it is, it needs doing. So, it needs doing. Anyway, footage from now on in should be from the GoPro Black 6. Fingers crossed. Thanks again, Clive. Right, guys, let's crack on. Right, let's turn that off, shall we? I hope this is recording. I have no idea what it sounds like. Winston is here, quality control. It seems to be recording. So, hello, folks. This is Easy Restorations. Well, we just saw the GoPro footage back there, all 16 seconds of it. That's what happened when I just basically turned it on, sat it up there in the cage. Do beg my pardon. Oh, fried egg sandwich. There you see, it's kind of juddery. It's not watchable, and the audio is shite as well. So hopefully my new cure will cure that, and the rest of this video should be nice. Right, thanks for looking. See you in a bit. Sadly, very sadly, when I was doing the GoPro recording, I did about 25 minutes of footage, which I've had to delete because it's not good. So, and that was taking the O-ring out of here, which is there, and I've put that metal, what do you call it, chrome-plated keyring, if you like, in there. Tried it on the battery, and it works great. So that is fixed. That can go back in the drawer of parts, ready to be reassembled. There you go. There's another one done. Another one bites the dust. That's what I can't wait to get into this lot. Look at that. Fandavidosi. All those parts are ready to go. So anyway, yeah, did all sorts of bits and pieces in that 25 minutes, but sadly it's all gone. But hopefully the bits that you can see in a second will justify all the other stuff, and hopefully this GoPro is now set to work as it should do. Right, catch you in a bit. Woo! Right, there you go. Let's see how this works. Now I should have a light on the front really, shouldn't I? Okay, yesterday's filming wasn't brilliant because it just wasn't. When I put on playback on my laptop, it was all stop, start, stop, start. So I'll do 5 minutes worth of filming now and see how that comes out. I think I need to bring you forward a bit because you can't really see what's going on unless I use my dog and bone. So, right, where are we? It's rather chilly in here this morning. My little tube heater has done its best to keep the frost away, which is nice. The water's coming down because this has come detached from the underside of the shed roof, so therefore condensation is building up in there, running down and dripping down there. That makes sense, doesn't it? Right, barrel. Here is said barrel. As you can see, it still has part of the old gasket still on there, so I'm going to that there. I've been on it with the wet and dry, and it's smooth as a baby's bottom, and it was really nice, allegedly. So Gary Glitter told me. I don't know what that means. Okay, so yeah, that is absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna get the gasket off. I do beg your pardon. And then I am going to get some sort of attachment down in those 5 induction galleys and clean them out as best I can. I don't think I'm going to get any abrasion down in there, but then again, because that's the intake, the fuel air mixture, that's relatively clean. So it was just the exhaust port that was built up so much, it was sort of restricting the pushing out of the gas, the spent gases. So let's crack on. Right, now I need to plug that in, and I don't really want an abrasive wheel on there this morning. I want wire brushy attachmenti. Let's just spin that round so I can lock that spindle in place. Ooh, it's Sunday morning and it is rather brassic in here, I've got to say. Let's use the brass wheel because it's softer. I'll get the flipping guns going off in the background. Yes, I should be over there with my Remington Tyrant. I've got that new laser. I've set that up on top of on top of the barrel. I ain't done anything yet. Gloves. Oh, black gloves. Cadbury's take 'em and they go for them chocolates. I love watching on YouTube the old, you know, the old adverts from the 70s and 80s and the certain sweet chocolate bars and whatnot, and TV ads and stuff. It's just funny, proper funny. Right, let's go. Take a seat, easy. Let's put that over there so it's not kinked up too far. Let's get comfy and then we'll begin. Let's give it a bit more spinny-tronics. It's working. It's not getting the paper off very well, but it is doing its thing. I think I'm going to try something else first. I did have a plastic scraper somewhere. Here's my plastic scraper. You don't really want to use anything metallic on there, especially a Stanley blade, which I have been using. In actual fact, Stanley blade will be fine on this barrel because it's cast. It's not aluminium. It's iron as such. So Stanley blade. Here we go, let's have a look. And then I can finish it up with the thingy afterwards. Yeah, that's getting it off. Mind you, that blade's seen better days. It's got a bit of a divot in it. Have I got a better one? I don't know. Must have one somewhere. Must be one over there. But I'm just going to Percy. Oh, there it is. I knew it was it somewhere. Let's just crack on with this, and so on and so forth. Yeah, I've got the 2 seals coming. Conrad, cheers Conrad, suggested a place in Andover, near where I live, that do bearings as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap out these crank bearings and literally tap out all the other journal bearings, and literally go up there with a little bag of bearings and say, right, can I have these please? And do it like that, because it's going to be cheaper standing in front of people like that, waving your bearings at them, than it is to do online sometimes. Who knows? We don't know, do we? We'll find out. But you know, if they're sort of within 1 or 2 quid of what I can get them online, then so be it. I know people have overheads and things to take care of, but it's nice. I am so chomping at the bit to crack on with this, but the coldness and, you know, day job and all the rest of it, it seems to be like there's a million things in front of me at the moment blocking me from doing what I'm wanting to do. But no point in rushing anything, because you won't enjoy it. And we've got to face facts here. As soon as this barrel's sorted, bearings are back in cases, gaskets are on and all put back together, and the forks are done, it's that downhill slope, isn't it, of putting it all back together, and then it's finished. You know, I love, this is my first love, is restoring things to make them work again, whether it be a scooter or a bike or car or whatever it may be. I don't know. Watch, I do watches as well. I love watches, but there always comes a point where you finish it and it's like, oh. Luckily the black dog has been kind to me at the moment. I have not really had any calls for concern. I did have a couple of blips about a month or so ago, 5-6 weeks ago, but since then I've just been, I mean, you know, my day job, I'm just like banging things out, proper cracking on, and I'm half expecting things to go tits up again, if you like, but they're just not. So I hear singing, I hear singing, I hear singing. I can't make out what it is, but I hear singing. Nope, can't make out what it is. Must be a nightingale of sorts. But anyway, the camera, the GoPro, I have changed settings on it. It now is recording in PAL, not NSTC. I was just wondering, because it's recording, like I say, in 4K, I don't think my laptop's capable of 4K playback, but I would then think that it would sort of resort back to its nearest capability kind of thing, and it's at 4K if it can. So therefore it should work, but I don't know. Anyway, I've changed a few settings, can't remember exactly all of them. So yeah, hopefully it'll be cool and it'll work. I'd like to say hello to Brian, Tracy, Kev, Emma, Paul and Lynn and everybody else, and thank you for Christmas cards, guys. That was brilliant. It's nice it's great that you guys, you know, help me out, basically, isn't it? Words of encouragement and tips and finding things for me when I can't find them. That's amazing. That is properly amazing, isn't it? Well, we're nearly there. Getting this old gasket on. Obviously it's been on there a number of years and it's proper stuck on there. You know, using that abrasive wheel just doesn't go through paper, it just sort of polishes it. That's not good. Yeah, you can hear the shooting range in the background. And for those of you that are interested in that kind of thing, it's Lanes shooting in Crawley, Hampshire, if you want to look that up. I think it's something like that you can hire. I've never been there. You can hire, you know, firearms, air rifles, whatever, shotguns for the day. I think it's, if you go there with your own gear to do like target preps, to true up your sights or whatever, just do a bit of plinking, setting your sights for certain ranges. I think it's like £15 for sort of 9 till 3, something like that. Get the old bacon butties going and that's great fun. But so I've been told. So I am looking forward to going there. But like I say, life gets in the way, doesn't it, sometimes? And you just have to do what you can do. Oh dear, that's well skeevy. Okie dokie. Right, I'm nearly at the point where I can get this 100% in the paraffin. Right, see if I can wheel that stuff off now. Do you know what? I'm going to change that brass brush for a steel one, because it's not aluminium we're doing, is it? It's cast iron. Right, there's a steel one. Let's get that in there. Let's do that up with me little spanner. Oh, Google-tastic. Right. Better. Doing that porting stuff yesterday, God, you really need a steady hand. And where I was with the diabetes, where I wasn't eating regularly, properly, I was getting so shaky and it was making it really difficult trying to keep this as should be. No, that is also just polishing up the top of that paper. Right, I'm going to get some IPA on there, some isopropyl alcohol. I will daub that on there with my mascara brush and let that do its thing. Breaks it down for half an hour. Go and have a brew, and that should come off easily with a nice little blade. Seriously guys, if you've never used this isopropyl alcohol, get yourself a little, I don't know, what's that, half a litre, 500ml? Don't know. 99.9% alcohol. I've got another one in the fridge. Oh, stop mucking about, E.T. For goodness sake. Okay, that's that. That's all thoroughly gooberized. Okay, let's get this down in the bores, in the intake ports. That should also eat away that carbon that gets built up in there. What did I put the top on there for? What back? I've got church to go to soon, so I better get myself in gear get down church, repent my sins for the week. I'd like to collect them up and then just do it in one hit. It saves time, doesn't it? You know. Right, that's them two. So we'll have a look at these in a minute closely with the camera, with the phone camera, because it's got a light on it. That's another reason I want to get one of those long cameras that you stick on your phone. Like what Doctors uses, because I'll be able to show you when you're take a spark plug out to inspect a cylinder bore. It's there, isn't it? It's got a light on it and everything. So Pussycat was put to sleep last night from next door. Obviously Shaz and Andy are really gutted, but it was the best thing to do. Bless her. She was a good age for a cat, and sort of, I think she's 14, something like that. And yeah, oh my good lord, yeah, she needed a long sleep, so it's not a pain now, which is nice. Is my brush going to get down in there? I don't think so. Right, anyway, I might be sat here talking to myself because I don't know if the camera's cut off or not. One of the settings I did turn off was the red light on the front. Why? Right, let's have a look. See if it's still recording. Oh, wait, what? Well, if that was still recording, this is the end of this video. Right, let's have a look. Deep in the holes. Get the hole. See, it needs a light on, doesn't it, to thoroughly appreciate that. But look at the crap in there, look. Needs a thoroughly good bath in there. Right, let's turn this off. Go and upload some footage and see if it plays back. Okay, so here is the barrel, and in there we have the ports. Now those surfaces in there need to be as smooth as, so the airflow is spot on. Okay, there's a little bit of cleaning out to do in there. Any rough edges need to come off. Okay, so that's the exhaust, which goes into there, right. And in hither, as you can see, it is proper nasty. Look at all that build up of gunge. I think what I'll do first is use this wheel in there just to get the crud off. I don't think I've got a smaller one. Okay, so that's that. Okay, it doesn't actually see the rough surfaces in there. I know it's very finicky and it really doesn't bother too many people, but the smoother that this surface is, the easier that the flow in and out of the engine is. Right, okay, now that's the exhaust, isn't it? No, it's not. There's the exhaust there, and that's the exhaust port. Okay, so that must be gubbins in and then out through there. Right, okay, because you've got the transfer galleys there, haven't you? Right, I'm going to put that on hold for a second. It's coming along, isn't it? I don't know how good or bad that is for a first go at freehand porting. It would probably be lovely to have a nice laser lathe which just goes in there and absolutely ream, a couple of thou off of that internal surface to get it all beautiful. But you know me, I don't have that kind of luxury, so let's just get in there and do it. Slowly, catchy monkey. I don't know how the other camera's recording so far, so Thought I'd better do a bit of work on the phone, just in case it's not coming out. Otherwise I'm going to have no footage for you guys. I don't know if I'm supposed to have any sort of cutting compound in there or fluids or anything like that. I'm just doing what I feel is right. These stones aren't very abrasive, so as you can see, it's leaving quite a nice end on it, so that's good. Winston! That's not bad, is it? Let's turn that around, because I have been doing a bit on the bottom there. The art is to have it completely smooth, no grooves in there, because any sort of groove is, because the engine's such a small little thing, the smaller the detail in there, the bigger the effect. So yeah, I need to really polish up my act, don't I, with that, but I'm giving it a go, aren't I? So that's that. Right, let me just crack on. Okay, right, I've been at that for about 3/4 of an hour, something like that. Just waiting for this to slow down. Now, I'm no porter and polisher, but I do think that isn't too bad. It needs to be finely polished, obviously, but I think I've got the majority. Don't think you got majority stuff off. I've only been working on this port. You know, it's not a machine finished, but then I'm not a machine, am I? I'll get that rain. I need to go in to get myself some food because I am starting to cheek because of my diabetes. I should be on top of that, but there we go. Right, coffee brew and sandwich to chew. Right, catch you in a bit. Progress is being made. I have yet to look at that last footage from the Aero Black 6 to see if it's adequate. I have rusted those little patches. That's drying quite nicely, and I've also done the inside of there, which that cap slides up and down on, and I've just done those 4 parts there. So that's going to dry and be lovely and jubbly. I've not done anything to this apart from clean that bottom up with the abrasive wheel. I don't think I'm going to need to literally do anything more to that other than reassemble it. This has been lithiumed and put back together with the pin in there, so that's nice and free. That can sit on the top of there just to get it out of the way. Let's turn our attentions to this friction plate assembly, which literally connects the drive from the engine to the drive of the back wheel via this drum. So it's basically a brake, isn't it? But it's a centrifugal brake. Okay, let's get into this. I've just taken that clip off there. Let's do this. Okay. These are easy to take off, these E-clips. Easy. Just do that, basically. 2. And just put your screwdriver in and twist. And do the other side. And there we go. That's that. Now, I think these washers come off of here, don't they? Let's get these washers out of the way. And then we're going to see just how much grease there is in this mechanism. I am going to give these abrasive surfaces, once the masking tape is obviously off, a good clean. I'm going to give them a squirt of brake cleaner first, and then I'm going, when it's thoroughly dry, I'm going to abrase these a bit more with the likes of some more emery paper, a little on the coarse side. Okay, then this, obviously the 3 pins are there, and these 3 shoes are all independent of one another, held together by the spring, the centrifugal springs. So they are such a tension that when this rotates at a certain speed, the weight of these are weighted, as you can see. That's the numbers on there. So we've got 438, 438, I think it's 437, yeah, 437. So that one's sort of tiny bit lighter than the other 3, the other 2. And when they get flung around at a certain speed, that weight will overcome the spring pressure and force them out to the inside of the drum surface there and turn the drum, which is connected to the axle. Right, enough of that nonsense. Well, I've never taken one of these off before. Now I'm looking to me like I should turn that over and just pull up on this. What do you reckon? No? Yeah? No? Okay, that doesn't work. Let's try putting a screwdriver in there. I'm trying to lever that up there. That doesn't really work. Well, it doesn't with one hand anyway. Right, let's try and push that pin through. No, that doesn't really work. Right, leave me to it. I'm going to need to put you somewhere, and I can use two hands. Right, you're as close as I am now. Woo. Okay, let's get munching, shall we? Munch, munch, munch. So obviously, this plate comes off of here with the 3 pins stuck to it. They're sort of in there, aren't they? Pressed in. Now, because these 3 springs are pulling together, there is pressure on these 3 pins. So, flipping heck. That is a bit on the tough side. Okay, let's have a look at these springs. Can I just unhook the springs? Let's have a go. Fingers out the way. Ooh, that's bending my screwdriver. I don't want to fling back into my eyes. So that doesn't seem to work, does it? Let's try. Oops, nearly stabbed myself. Oh my god, this is going to be finger knuckle scraping bad, isn't it? Is that going to come off of there? Not quite. Let's try a bigger tool. Okay, that wasn't too difficult, was it? There's one. There's always a method to madness, isn't there? Hello, come in. Oh, I've got a pair of orange gloves coming through the door. Hello.
Just stand out front.
Okay, look. Okay, that wasn't too bad. That's 2. Gardening is afoot. And the last one. Okay, so there is kind of a knack to that. Let's have a look at these. Are they different? Yes, they are. You have a long edge there and a short edge. So the long edge goes in the long part there, and obviously the short edge goes in the short bit. These are going to be fun to put back on. I'm going to try long nose pliers, I think, next time. Right, so these now technically should just slide off of these pins, shouldn't it? Let's take this protective off of this. It's really good quality, that. Look at it. They look almost brand new, almost type stuff. Right, now. Okay. That's not so bad. I'm just grabbing hold of 1/3 and just gently pulling up. Okay, that's easy enough, isn't it? Oh, okay. And oh, that's nasty. That's. Oh, I see. It's on a pin. Easy, you Wally. Okay, well that's that. Before I go too far, let's do some inspecting. There is like a rubbery. This is rubbery. Thank you very much. That goes there. Have they all got rubbery bits on? Yeah, that's good. Well, the rubber bits sit in these little pins. See the little pins there? So on reinsertion, that goes on there to a point, you see, and then the little pin goes into that rubber bit there. I guess it's just to stop these flinging out too far, I guess, or sticking. It's like a, I don't know, another return system, if you like. But that is, oh shit, oh, I pulled it out there now. Ha! We live and learn, don't we? Right. So I really don't want to get my sticky fingers anywhere near these surfaces, the friction plates. Okay, well that's pretty straightforward. Right, let's put them to one side. I think if I stand them up that way, then they can't get any greasy oil on them. But you know what? I thought that was going to be absolutely flipping caked in grease, but it's not. So that was really a pointless exercise. But I've taken it apart, so I know what it's all about. And there is grease still in these holes. Look, see that lump in there? So I am going to put that in the paraffin bath, and I'll get my the lady's toothbrush on there shortly. Let's have a look at this drive belt. We've had a look at this before, haven't we? It's not too bad. This side seems to be, it's got that embedded sort of rust in it. And a bit chalky there, I don't know. The other side seems okay. It's a little bit of roughage there. And what I'm going to do is literally just run this under the bench drill with a very fine paper on there, just to abrase it up a little bit, get rid of all that sort of rustiness. There's no point in putting this in any fluids because it could react with the rubber and completely weaken the stuff. So Bando VS band rope 23100 GC8 00-40. Now, I'm not sure what any of that means at all, but I'm sure one of you guys will tell me what those numbers mean. Yeah, it's flexible enough. There's no splitting in between the teeth, which is jolly good. So that will be reused. Okay, I think that's a thumbs up to you, don't you? Right, I'm going to leave that there. I've got lots of cleaning up to do. There's a bit of rust on this spring, so I'm going to be doing that in a bit. And clean the barrel, getting that sorted out, get it out of the old drum there, take it out of there, clean that part up, and I'm going to reassemble the clutch system. And then it's literally put everything back together, isn't it? Oh Christ, E.T., that's a bit close. And then we can go from there, can't we, really? So that's good. Yeah, we're getting there. Those seals should be here tomorrow. The 2 seals from there. I'm going to knock these bearings out, actually. There's 4. No, it's not. There's 5. We've got 2 in here. Although they feel good, why not just replace them? They're going to be, you know, say they're 4 quid each or something. That's 20 quid. And there's 1 there on the output shaft, which, I mean, it feels fine. There's no play in it. I'm just going to change it after the course. There's 2 there. What we got in here? What we got? What we got? We got, oh shit, where you going? Sit still when I'm shouting at you. We got another one in there, which is, it's a little bit gritty when you feel it inside. It's not one of those bearings you can put aside. Oh, it actually stuck then. Okay, right, that's number 3. Obviously number 4 is the crank bearings. It doesn't feel bad at all, but I know the other one is rather, where it was this morning, a little bit scratchy. Yeah, it's notchy. So there it is. There's a proper pronounced stop, and that is fairly, I can feel that that's loosey elastic. Now, how is that one oiled? Because that's crank side, so that will be oil fed. That's the drive for the oil pump. How would that be oiled then? Because there's an oil seal pops in here. There must be a little journal in there somewhere that allows oil in. Comes through the oil pump, doesn't it? Deacon, sure. Yeah, I'm just going to tap these bearings out. And I shall take them to the bearing place tomorrow on my lunch break, I might add. And yeah, we'll go from there. So once that is all done, there is literally nothing stopping me from reassembling it. This has been in the paraffin bathlet, and it's been wire wheeled on that little Dremel type thing. It's come up well. Still see that it's green. Another little thing I'm going to do now is take this thing apart again, the variator, and I am going to remove all that grease. I am on my book. Thanks again, Andy, for the handbook for this. Why does that keep going like that? Hang on a minute. I've got my loose elastic thing undone, haven't I? That's better. Sit still. I've checked all of the on page 1. Basically, it's got all the tolerances. So I'm going to check the crank tolerance. For this, it's 0.07 thou. So it feels about right. That feels good. I'm going to check all that. I'm going to check all the journals, check everything. All the measurements are in the book, which is fantastic. And it even tells you the diameter, the weights, the rollers should be. There's 6 rollers in here. What happens is they can get a flat side, which means they don't roll out easy enough to push this wheel in to force the bow up to make the bike go faster. They get a flat side, so they can go a bit and then stick where they are. They don't roll, but they're called rollers, so they need to roll. So if you've got any flat spots on your rollers, change them. I have got some over there, a set of 6, but I think they were for a Piaggio. What's the chances of all the manufacturers using the same diameter rollers? It's going to be freaky if it is, but there we go. So I'm now going to degrease that, check all the dimensions of everything, the clearances. That'll give me something to do in the warm this afternoon because it is bloody freezing out here. And yeah, so that's that. That's going to be it, lads. Next time you see me, it will be episode 12. I do hope that the GoPro footage is now a-okay, so we can crack on with that. I will relocate that so it's a bit nearer, because it's a bit too far away from the action, isn't it? Right, catch you later, boys. Hi ho, fiddly flippin' dee.